All right, we're back. FindYourFX.com, partnered up with Bulletproof Traders, giving you this high-level market analysis in real time. And today I want to present the case of the gold, and I'm going to link that one to our active position we have on the silver, which we introduced 2 or 3 days ago, I believe that was. From a technical standpoint, we can see the gold is hitting a big resistance level, and I'm going to talk about that. The level is 27.53. Price action already got rejected off of that area. It tried to break out a couple of months ago, and last month was the first time it started to bend over right off of that level. Now, I do believe the gold is heading into a technical correction, potentially something even bigger than that later down the road. We're not sure yet about that. But yeah, the gold had been hammering, right, ever since late 2022. Very, very minor technical corrections along the way. But that upside move for the last 2 years has been sensational. We're talking about almost 100% of return in 2 years, right? That's definitely impressive, to say the least. And the level that you're looking at here, that green dotted line, that's literally pushing against price action successfully, at least so far, is a Fibonacci projection measurement of 2.5. So that would be 250%. And that projection had been measured against the previous significant opposite move. So that would have to be this move from top back in March 2022. Price action was coming off of 2070 all the way down to the levels of 1616, right? So from top to bottom, you can apply 250%, Fibonacci 250%, all the way up. That level is right here, 2752. No surprise, price action had found that level to be a stiff resistance. Now, like I said at the beginning of the video, I want to link this to the situation on the silver that we actually have an active position in from a few days ago, right? Obviously, these two are highly correlated. It's not a perfect correlation, but it is a positively high correlation. These two belong to the same group, which is the precious metal group, right? And the silver, I'm going to give you a quick look here. Position is going. It's going well for us. I mean, we started off right at the top here. I called it out right on the spot as price action started to spike that area and couldn't really cross over. I came here and announced that we're pulling the trigger on a short position. And boy, that went well. It went, better than we imagined, right? I mean, the silver is really nosediving as opposed to the gold. The gold is not really dropping that hard. But just from a correlation standpoint, looking at the silver, gives me that confidence to talk about the gold and its downside potential over the long term. Now, as far as the silver goes, hey, we're closing in on target, right? Because we approached this from a short to medium term perspective, not the long term perspective. And we announced the target, the official target. Well, we talked about 2 targets, actually. We talked about 30.10, which is really right around the corner. We're going to make I believe the silver is going to make contact with that level, potentially even today. But if not today, then in the next 24 to 48 hours. I'm talking about trading days, of course, because the weekend is going to kick in very, very soon. But we also talked about the level of 2950. Let me show you where that level is coming from. And I also presented this, the weekly chart, which is kind of a big picture. And I talked about the fact that price action came off the top and started to turn around. It's been trading in a range ever since May, right? So back and forth, and now we're on the downside cycle right now. And I think price is going to make contact with that lower section of that range. That's why 29.49 is a very important and significant key level support that we're using as a target, as our primary target and final destination. Nevertheless, there's also the 30.10 level, which represents the short-term target. So we're basically mixing those up. We're going to use both of these levels, getting out of 2/3 of the position at 30.10, leaving 1/3 of the position open, which is the last trade that we fired off, and aim with that last trade. We're going to aim at 29.50. That's how we're going to be incorporating these two levels into the same bearish campaign. Stop loss level was also adjusted slightly. We started off with stop loss level at 33. Right now it's 32.5. I can probably go ahead and adjust the stop loss level even further, tighten it up a little bit. It's still kind of far. Away from price action right now. But yeah, so the silver is nosediving, and back to the gold again. Let me show you here the weekly chart. This is how it looks like. This is how the daily chart looks like from the daily perspective. It does come off quite a bit in the last 48 hours. But I feel like, you know, the gold is trading so high at this point, right? At these levels, it's almost like looking over a cliff. So a lot of downside potential with the gold. I would definitely be careful holding a long position on the gold at this point, at this moment. All right, guys, so there you go. A bit of a follow-up on our active position, short position on the silver, and a bit of an overview on the long-term situation of the gold. Obviously linking these two together because of the high positive correlation between the two. That's about that for the day, guys. That's about that for the week. I wish you a nice weekend. We're going to be back on Monday as usual. So till then, be well.